How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to another Higurashi When They Cry. So, I'm not going to go ahead and give you a rundown on what happened last time, because a lot of shit has happened. So if you haven't caught up, please, I advise you, go watch the previous episodes, because they are fantastic. And there is a playlist down in the description below. So let's go ahead and just continue from where we last left off. Yes, this. We were left with a choice, surprisingly. And luckily, someone has cleared up some things in the last episode down in the comments below. Thank you again. So, we're gonna plead for my life. Pathetically enough. Why is my mic always in my way? God damn you. Get out of my way! I am recording, right? Sorry. Yes, we are. Okay. I have a wife and a soon-to-be child. I won't shoot strong. Oh my god, it hurts. Jess, okay. I understand it's supposed to be just, but really? Jess? Okay, got you. So much broken dialogue here. God damn it. It hurts my inner soul. I won. Fucking broken dialogue, I hate it. I get it, they wanted to seem legit, so when they translated it into English, they had to keep the broken dialogue of the Japanese broken dialogue, but it's still fucking hilarious. It's just hilariously stupid. God damn it. What? I won, fine. Fuck, I love it. Alright. Right? Oh, Daddy, in for the save. Okay. Oh shit! Oh! Fucking Christ! That's a lot of punches in the face. Oh. It was over in a flash. The moment he lowered his gun, Oshi didn't let his chance slip by. Oshi had been assessing the situation for quite some time from behind the two men. But since they had their guns trained on me, he didn't really have a chance to jump in. True. Seeing the look on Oshi's face indicating that he wanted me to create an opening, I took on that role completely. Well, you want to give a heads up to the boy who's playing the visual novel here? You son of some bitches! Oshi forcefully lifted the arm that was holding the gun. Ooh. He then took the gun from the man's hand in only an instant. The other man, who was a bit slow in grasping what was happening, pointed his gun at them. But with his ally grappling with Oshi, he couldn't pull the trigger. Duh. If that man was the only that... Wait, what? Not only. If that man was the one that was wrestling with Oshi at the moment, he might have shot without hesitation. But this man wouldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot. Oshi kicked the other man away, and while aiming the stolen gun with his left hand, pulled out his own. Oh. With guns akimbo, he was aiming at both men at the same time. Oh yeah, such a badass. Nice gun, that Oshi-san. It was perfectly played. Hell yeah. But, heedless of the guns pointed at them, the men shouted, "Scram!" as they scattered away at full speed. Really? God fucking damn it. It was over in an instant. Those two running away without putting up a fight was honestly unexpected. Oshi, quietly clicking his tongue in admonishment, slipped both guns into his pants pockets. Please have the safety on. You don't want to accidentally, pull a trigger and... Oh, you got no ding-a-ling anymore.
あいつらもよく知ってるな。
何をですか？
逃げてる背中を警官は撃てませんからね。私も退職金が惜しいもんで。
Pension's important for those retiring, eh? Oshi and I grinned at each other.
君が犬飼俊樹君?
Yes, kid, are ya?
犬飼検察大臣のお孫さん?
はい。
これはでかい事件になるかな。どうせトカゲの尻尾切りになるんでしょうけどね。
Oshi smiled amusedly. The fact that the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance, or rather the Sonozaki family behind them, was pulling the strings was apparent, but proving it wouldn't be easy. True. And with apologies to Oishi, this incident was unlikely to go public. If this caused an uproar, it would obviously lead to the minister losing his office. With HQ having decided that doing so was in the national interest, this would probably be cleaned up quietly. Shh, quietly. It might be a rough way of saying it, but this was born in the shadows, and was going to die in the shadows. In the shadow realm. Oishi probably already understood the implications behind this incident.
とにかく非常線を張らせましょう。連中まだ一丁は拳銃を持ってるようですからね。
True. Okay.
それから犬飼君を保護して赤坂さんはすぐに病院に行かないと。
As the tension in the situation faded, the pain from the gunshot wound in my shoulder blossomed once again. Adrenaline rush. Gotta love it. Gotta hate it. My forehead was also stinging painfully and had grown hot enough to start a fire. Thinking that the tension had caused me to sweat, I wiped my forehead, but what came off was a large amount of blood. I realized that my shirt had been stained bright crimson from the blood flowing from my head. I turned around. The boy was safe and sound, without a doubt. There would probably be an investigation on the men who ran, but that was for another day. At this point in time, I could safely say we had cleared the major hurdle of securing the boy's safety. Ooh, grayed out, what the hell? As soon as I recognized that, it felt like the lights in my head had been hit by a power failure. And he crashed. Well, he's crashing. My knees buckled from underneath me, the ground there feeling as soft as a cloud. It didn't feel unpleasant, even as I was covered in the rain-soaked mud. Oshi came closer, asking if I was okay, but somehow I couldn't tell. I turned off the switch to the last light in my mind. Or head. What the fuck? Why is that sound... I've noticed that in the previous episode too. There was this one moment where that sound happened. I don't know what's causing it. Maybe it's the audio files in the in this arc, but hopefully nothing's corrupted. I haven't seen anything corrupted yet, but it's weird. The exhaustion enveloped me. Sleep. Something softer than than any blanket wrapped around me. Dun, 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 dun. Hospital room? Anytime soon? I swear to God, if this is the end of the fucking chapter, I'm gonna fucking freak, because I could have included that in the fucking last video. You son of a bitch. Whatever, cliffhangers, gotta love them. Alright, continue. Obviously, I'm not gonna make this into a 10-minute video. That would be stupid. That was my first time losing consciousness. You often hear of regaining consciousness on top of a bed, but this was my first time actually experiencing it. Oh god, this place. Oh god, I remember this from the last arc. Keiichi has bad experience here.
大丈夫ですか?
No. Realizing that I was awake, a young doctor called out to me. I didn't intend to respond, but it seems my body language had told him I was conscious. My head was wrapped in bandages. The scratches all over my body had also been treated. My sense of pain also returned with my consciousness, causing me to groan from the intense pain shooting all throughout me.
起きないで横になっていてください。頭をだいぶ殴られたようですからね。24時間は特に安静にして容体を見守りたいところです。ここは私の診療所です。入江と申します。よろしく。
I remembered that this young doctor was the one in the car headed the opposite way earlier.
誰かいませんか？大石さんは。あ、呼んできましょう。診療所の中は禁煙なんで、表で吸ってもらってるんです。
Ah. Dr. Eri left the room to go call Oshi. Oshi-san! The scenery outside the window was tinted with gold. The pouring rain had stopped, with the voices of the Higurashi heralding the cooling temperature. I felt that the tone of the Higurashi's voices were comforting. Eventually, I could hear heavy footsteps coming closer, which I reckoned to be Oshi-san's. The fog that was enveloping my head slowly faded back to reality. What had happened since then? What had happened to the boy? What about the reinforcements from Tokyo? The door to the room flew open, allowing Dr. Eri and Oishi to enter.
じゃあ命に別状はないんでしょ?
God, I hope not.
ないとお約束はできません。
Damn it!
頭に受けた傷は所見だけでは判断が危険なのです。
I need x-rays. I need a CAT scan. Give me all the shit. Wait, do I have insurance?
わかりました、わかりました。ちょいと彼と二人で話がしたいんですが。
Yes, we need to have a talk.
ええ、どうぞ。何かありましたらお呼びください。
Bye bye. Oshi, after basically forcing Dr. Eri outside, shut the door.
いかがですか、お具合は。
I feel like shit. How about you?
慣れないことをしたんで、全身がボロボロです。
Oshi brought over a folding chair that was leaning against the wall and sat down beside the bed.
犯人たちは逮捕されましたか？
残念ながら。とっくに県外へ逃げたか、村人にかくまわれているかのどちらかでしょうね。まあ、逃がしはしませんが。
大臣の孫は？
署で保護しています。ただ、東京のあなたのご同僚から一切の聴取は取るなと釘を刺されたらしいですよ。しげちゃんが憤慨してましたっけ？
Well, tough luck. The kidnapping was a confidential matter, so his custody was also probably being kept under wraps. How the kidnapping of the minister's grandson would be handled, how it would be covered up, treated like it never happened, would be handled by the brass. If this case ended without the nation going into an uproar about it, then our job had been done. The possibility that the minister had negotiated with the perpetrators couldn't be ruled out. But something like that was no longer my concern. My role in this case was over.
ご迷惑をおかけします。公安ってやつはいやらしいところだって思ってるでしょ
う。思いません、思いません。お互い日の丸から給金もらって仕事してるだけですよ。
Oshi laughed boisterously. When we first met, I was somewhat prejudiced against Oshi, but now that feeling was gone completely. Yeah, well... Okay. There are moments where he's nice, but there are other moments where we have already seen, aka against Keiichi, that he's a total bitch. Alright? I mean, I get it. You're looking for maybe a killer or a murderer or whatever you want to call him. But still, abusing a child like that? Fuck, man. Damn.
今回の事件、隠さないで大元にしてくれた方が、こっちは都合がいいんですけどね。
There's a thing called proof and What?
そうすれば、黒幕の園崎本家に少しは迫れるんですが。
Oh, okay.
まあ、適当に迫ったところで圧力がかかるんでしょうがね。やれやれです。
It is a mess.
大石さんは、園崎本家に今後も戦いを
well, we actually see that he does, so.
まさか。
You fucking liar.
いろいろと黒い噂こそ絶えませんがね。園崎家に恨みがあるわけじゃありませんので。
Oh, well, it's true that this is, like, right before the, the incidents begin at the Watanagashi festivals. So, true. But once those begin, oh my god, he like, immediately starts suspecting the fucking three families, especially Sanazaki.
君子危うきに近寄らない方がいいんですよ。
I keep forgetting that this is 5 years before Keiichi's, current situation.
ね。
Oshi laughed happily, and I couldn't help but laugh along.
あ、そうだそうだ。さっき県警から署に連絡があったそうです。
Oh?
あなたのご同僚が名古屋に到着したそうで、今車でこちらへ向かっているそうです。
Okay, thanks, but what happened to, the reinforcements from them, I don't know, hours before when it was needed?
あなたは名誉の負傷ですから、東京へ引き上げだそうですよ。
Well, duh. I found the boy. We're done. I'm going home, bitches. Sayonara, you little bastards.
そんなわけです。はあ、お疲れ様でした。
Arigato.
あなたの沖宮での仕事は無事終了です。
Yay! I was being recalled to Tokyo. I inadvertently breathed a sigh of relief when I heard those words.
大石さんのご協力に深く感謝します。
Hmm.
あなたに支払った協力金は無駄にはなりませんでしたね。
あら、冗談のつもりだったんだけどな。
Oshi took out his wallet, casually pulled out several large bills, and jammed them into the breast pocket of my shirt. Oh, that's not necessary, man. Damn.
これは協力金の返済じゃないですよ。
Oh, it isn't. Okay.
私からあなたへのお小遣いです。
Oh, well, thank you.
この辺は地酒がうまいんでね。
Okay, so I'll have to try some.
東京へのお土産にこいつで買っていくといいでしょう。
Hell yeah. Oshi flashed at me a grin.
もしもあなたの傷が軽いようなら、東京へ帰る前にぜひ声をかけてくださいよ。
Sure thing.
おやさんも佐藤さんもぜひあなたともう一度卓を囲みたいと言ってましたからね。
Oh, they want to learn from the master. Oh, yeah. I'm flexing, baby.
やれやれ。まあいったな。
Hell yeah.
今度はこっちも小細工抜きです。
Oh, I'll teach you all the tricks, babies.
純粋に楽しもうじゃないですか。
Oh,
よく言いますよ。
pfft.
現職の警官があんなに濃い様ができるなんて。
Why do I feel like we're about to die? This is too, like, chummy mood, okay? This is, like, the calm before the storm or something like that. What the fuck?
私どもとね、対等以上に打てるメンツにはなかなかお会いできないもんです。あなたが東京に帰るのが惜しいですよ。
When I heard the words going back to Tokyo from Oshi, I was reminded once again that I was relieved from my duties. Soon, Yuki would be giving birth. True. It might still be possible to attend the delivery that I had at one time given up on. Ooh. Well, hurry up, boy. Get well. Get the fuck out of there. When I thought that, the pain from my injuries became trivial. I wanted to hurry back to Tokyo and see Yuki at once.
少し傷が重いふりをして沖宮にしばらく滞在しません?
Nah, sorry, dude. I got a child on the way. I gotta go back.
いいお店をいろいろ紹介しますよ。
Maybe next time, man.
もちろん。
Come on.
俺なんて言いません。
Ah, god damn it. I don't want to pay for everything.
申し訳ないですが、それはまたの機会にします。妻の出産日が近いんでね。早く帰りたいんです。
ありゃりゃ。それは知らなかった。それじゃあこんなとこにいちゃいけない。早く帰らないといけません。
For a while after that, Oichi asked all sorts of questions about my wife, teasing and bantering with me. What do you need to know about my wife?
さて、具合はどうです？おきれいそうですか？
Can I, please?
ええ。おかげさまで悪くないです。
Where the hell's the doctor?
立って歩いても全然平気ですよ。
I stood up and shuffled around for a bit, which seemed to amuse Oishi.
いえいえ、Hinamizawaの病院では落ち着かないでしょうと思いまして。入江の先生は一晩泊まらせたいみたいなこと言ってますが。
The hell?
犯人もまだ捕まってませんし。一応、ここはあなたにとっては敵地になりますからね。
True that. I need to get the fuck out of here.
この病院は安全ではない。
まあ、入江の先生も多少は社会的信用のあるお人です。ここにいる限りは何もないとは思いますが、赤坂さんの気分的にめいらないかという方が問題ですね。
True. If I stay overnight, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, man. I'm gonna go loco. El loco. I had relaxed a bit now that things had progressed this far, but it was exactly as Oishi had said. When I realized that this was enemy territory, I suddenly felt uncomfortable. With the only thing left for me to do was leaving, the chance that I would come to harm was logically fairly low. But that didn't mean I was completely safe.
そうですね。横になっているだけなら、ホテルのベッドでも同じな気がします。
そうでしょう、そうでしょう。私もその方がいいと思います。
At that moment, I caught a glimpse of the clock over Oji's shoulder. It was the evening. The hours when I could call Yuki at the hospital were almost over. I wanted to tell her as quickly as possible that I would soon be back at her side.
ちょっと、雪江の病院に電話してきます。
Wait. Okay, no, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think I remember something.
ロビーに公衆電話とかはありませんか？
新婚さんはそういうの豆だな。
Ah, shush.
確か会計の脇にあったと思います。
Okie dokie.
ここで待ってますから、行ってらっしゃい、行ってらっしゃい。
Thank you. Oishi, laughing while saying that he was jealous, opened up the window and pulled out a cigarette even though he was in the hospital room. God damn it. Appreciative at how considerate Oishi was, I set out to the lobby to find the phone. The lobby was just a short distance down the hallway from the hospital room. I thought that this hospital was a bit too grand for a village like this, but of course it was nothing compared to the general hospital Yuki was admitted to. Running inside the hospital wasn't the best of manners, but calling hours would end soon, so I dashed over in a hurry. There was nobody else in the lobby. It may have been the evening, but there was nobody at the reception desk. Well, this might usually be lucky for me. Actually. Did it say actually? Hold on. Yeah, it did. You usually doesn't fit in that sentence, duh. I wasn't planning to have a conversation to feel guilty about, but it would still be embarrassing to have someone listen to the conversation between me and Yuki. Taking a quick look around, I soon found the payphone. Digging around in my pockets, I grabbed a few coins. I was calling Tokyo from here, so I would burn through this amount fairly quickly. I picked up the receiver and inserted the coin? Did I seriously say corn? There's an R in there. Oh, god damn it, coin. Then dialed the number for Yuki's hospital, which I had completely memorized at this point. The number for Yuki's hospital had a lot of 8s and 9s, so dialing it inevitably took some time. God damn it. It's happening, folks. I'm messing up. Oh no. Only 25 minutes in. Help! Okay. Normally it wouldn't be a big deal, but currently any time was precious. However, I felt that something was strange as I was dialing in the number. I don't know exactly how to put it, but it was as if the receiver was too quiet. That unique white noise from the telephone line wasn't there. The fuck? Somehow, I felt that I wasn't getting any feedback from the phone, and without feeling a response, I hung up the receiver to try again. The coin popped out from the return slot. I reinserted the coin and began dialing once again, but the receiver was still dead silent. The fuck? While I was wasting time like this, the amount I had to spend talking with Yuki shrunk. I began to feel needlessly impatient. I felt the presence of someone on the other side of the glass, so I called out. There was an immediate response, and a man who seemed like a pharmacist came over. The man came over and tried testing various things with the receiver pressed to his ear. Come to think of it, this was someone who worked at the hospital, not someone from the phone company. Just as I didn't know much about phones, neither would he. The man held up the cord that connected to the phone's wall. Oh my god, it got cut, didn't it? It was completely severed. Oh, fuck. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we're fucked, aren't we? What the fuck? Who the fuck? What? I think the Defense Alliance is here and they're gonna kill us. I didn't want the people in the hospital office around while I was talking. I was dressed in a hospital gown. I was wearing sandals on my feet. My head was wrapped in bandages. Just looking at me, you could tell I was a hospital patient. No matter how you looked at it, I was not dressed to be wandering outside. But that's where the impetuousness of a youth came in. Choosing the chance to talk to Yuki for even a little longer, I headed outside in my current state. God damn it. Follow the road to the shopping district. Should be able to find one soon enough. With only those 2 lines as my guide, I ran outside the gates of the hospital. With the village nestled in a valley, when the sun set, it got dark quickly. The sparse streetlights lit up enough to start attracting moths. Oh my god. The Higurashi, knowing the time of their course was soon at a close, redoubled their fragile cries. Dun, dun, dun. Finding the payphone wasn't as easy as the person at the hospital had suggested. Was it still up ahead? Did I miss it already? Was I just getting farther away? Oh god, you're lost. Just as I was about to be crushed by a wave of uncertainty towering over me, I found a shop on the corner with cigarettes written on the small sign. My joy spurred me onwards. Just as I had heard of the hospital. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Just as I had heard at the hospital. Sorry. Set next to the counter of the cigarette shop was a antiquated I said that right? Antiquated payphone. I wasn't wearing a watch, so I didn't know what time it was. I probably didn't have much left, though. Probably not, but it was enough. Just as long as I could tell Yuki my job was done and I would be coming home soon. Picking up the receiver, I slid a coin down the slot, but I felt that something was strange, just like at the hospital. Even after inserting the coin, the phone showed no response. God damn it! What the fuck is going on? I hung up the receiver and tried putting the coin one more time. But there was absolutely no response. Okay, someone's severing all the fucking payphones in this fucking place. What the fuck? This payphone was dead. It couldn't be. Thinking that, I felt along the cord that protruded from the back of the phone. Doing that, my hands found the end of the completely severed line. Yep. What is this? Having now had the same thing happen twice, my bafflement was accompanied by a sense of unease. It seemed that the cord had been severed cleanly by a sharp blade of some sort. And I may be mistaken, but it didn't look like much time had passed since it was cut.
すみません。
Oh no.
すみません。
Opening up the booth window of the tobacco shop, I looked for someone in the dimly lit interior. Eventually, there were the sounds of somebody plodding down some stairs, and an old lady appeared. The old lady's plodding and lethargic steps, for some reason, only served to make me more frantic.
タバコですかいね。
No, goddammit!
小さまでねんとわがねのしゃ。
No.
タバコを買いたいわけじゃないんです。この電話が。
Realizing that saying the phone was broken and asking them to take a look at it was going to get me nowhere, I swallowed back my words.
この電話が壊れてるみたいなんで、別の公衆電話があるところを教えてもらいたいのですが。
The old lady moved her jaw up and down slowly as if chewing on the meaning of my words. It seemed that she wouldn't understand until she had digested things thoroughly.
電話壊れてますかいね。そんな難儀だわ。他の公衆電話を当たってください。
The old lady directed me to another payphone that seemed quite a few ways away. Her way of telling me was so long-winded that I inadvertently started to get impatient. At that moment, I spotted a clock in the dim interior of the store. The minute hand was just about to point straight up. Even if there was a phone right here that I could use, I would only be able to tell Yuki good night with the time I had left. On top of that, my destination was a remote payphone, which I didn't know the exact distance to. If I was of a normal state of mind, deciding to give up the phone today would have been the natural thought process. But at that moment, I had become somewhat stubborn for some reason. Unable to use the phone in a hospital, and coming out here and still being unable to use one, there was no mistaking that I had become quite insistent on using a phone. Please, for the love of God.
どうもありがとうございます。その電話ボックス探してみます。
I feel like we're getting laid into a trap. Refusing her offer to draw me a map, I left the tobacco shop. According to the old lady, even though the phone booth was quite far away, it would be easy to find. If I just followed the road straight down, I'd eventually find it. Sandals flapping as I ran, I couldn't help but laugh at myself. I'll admit that I was quite steadfast about calling Yuki, but there were days when I was tired or busy when I couldn't call her. That said couldn't, not right, or wouldn't. Wouldn't call her, sorry. Even today, my entire body was covered in injuries, and I was dead tired. On top of that, there wasn't much time left. It wouldn't be strange at all if today was one of those days I didn't call her. But having twice been foiled trying to call her had I become hot-headed about it? Was I like a dog who was being told to stay with a piece of food dangled in my face?
何やってんだろうな。
I have no fucking clue. Even so, I somehow couldn't quell the uneasy feeling sitting in the pit of my stomach. It was like that with the hospital phone, and the same with the one at the tobacco shop. Both cords were definitely not severed from being frayed by long years of use. The clean cuts indicated that someone had taken something sharp and deliberately cut them. But who, and for what reason? The more I thought about it, the more uneasy I felt. So I tried to push the thought aside. How much had I run so far? The scenery around me was no longer that of a shopping district, with residential buildings scattered about the lonely road. The surroundings had already grown dark. I was blatantly out too far for a quick phone call, and it was quite obvious I was far removed from the hospital. I recalled the clock I saw at the tobacco shop. It might almost be time. I had run for quite a bit, so my breathing had grown quite ragged. If I had just wanted to hear Yuki's voice, I should have just thrown away my reservations and borrowed the phone in the office. I regretted it a little. Well then, was it about time to give up? Just when I thought that, I saw the light in front of me. I had finally found it. It was a phone booth. Oh, please. Don't be the same one that Keiichi used in Arc 1. Oh, God. Oh, that's creepy. Okay. Shit. It seemed that the light in the phone booth had recently been changed, as it shone with a vivid white light. Although in the gloom of Hinamizawa, it was nothing more than a gathering spot of moths. Ew. But in any case, I had finally found it. As my hand touched the door of the phone booth, I realized that I was breathing and sweating heavily. I didn't know what time it was right now, but even if it was just for a moment, I might be able to get in touch with Yuki. Since I had spent all this effort getting here, turning back without even giving it a try was out of the question. It's gonna be severed too, isn't it? Isn't it? Before I picked up the receiver, another wave of uneasiness. I'm breaking. Of uneasiness washed over me. I was worried that this phone cord might be severed as well. How was the cord in this phone booth? Squatting down, I followed the bundle of cables, as they ran along the corner into the ceiling. At a glance, nothing was out of the ordinary. I ran my fingers as far as I could along the line to check it out. The only thing they found was a thick layer of dust. Nothing out of the ordinary. I wondered if it was popular in Hinamizawa to cut the cords of payphones as some sort of tasteless prank. Yeah, little bastards! It might be prudent to talk to Oshi-san about this later. Even if it was nothing more than a prank, it was still vandalism of public property. In any case, this one was fine this time. Pulling out a coin from my pocket with one hand, I picked up the receiver with the other. But this time, before the receiver even reached my ear, I felt something was off. The receiver was light. Oh, god damn it. God fucking damn it. It was more than a slightly unpleasant feeling. It felt almost sickening. To verify the source of my displeasure, I peered at the receiver in my hand with a measure of reluctance.
なんだよ。これ。
What is it? The coiled cord that connected the receiver to the rest of the phone had been ripped apart, the tip of the cable swaying in the air. Fucking Christ! It was all I could do to restrain myself as a raw and unpleasant feeling worked its way up the small of my back. It was a type of dread. At that moment, I heard the crunch of somebody stepping on gravel. The light was reflecting off the glass walls of the booth, leaving me unable to see outside into the darkness. I steeled myself and stepped out of the phone booth. The inside of the booth was lit with a strong light, which might have made it warmer in there. Just stepping outside, I could feel a chill wash over me. And there was the silhouette of a person. A small silhouette.
君は
The long hair of that silhouette was blown about by the cool breeze. Rika.
怪我人が病院を抜け出してはいけないのですよ。
Did you do this, you little brat? Somewhere in my head, I knew who this girl was. I didn't have any basis for it, but I knew that she was that girl.
ねえ、赤坂。
She, Rika Furude, said that almost like it was a warning. Oh god.
君が電話のコードを
Her expression remained unchanged and my question was left unanswered. In other words, no response. In other words, yes. Regardless, I felt that she had affirmed my suspicions.
どうしてこんなことをするんだどうして
The last word had a tinge of anger behind it. I frantically tried to smooth things out, but she didn't seem very afraid.
もうどうにもならないことです。
What do you mean? What? What? Huh? I interpreted her words as meaning that I wasn't going to be in time for calling hours for the calling hours at the hospital. But thinking about it, that would have been a strange thing to say. Why would she know something like that? I could take what she had said to have any other meaning. She just stood there like a mannequin. Oh god, I hate mannequins. Not even moving an inch. Almost to the point that if the wind wasn't occasionally rustling through her long hair, there would be the illusion that time had stopped.
赤坂が私を気味悪く思っているのがよくわかる。
I know!
あいやそんなことないよ
You've been through this a lot of times, I get it. My denial came out almost like a bad piece composed out for a poetry slam. I hate the... Oh, God. Shut up! But her words were right on the mark. I had always felt something ominous and uncanny about her. Ever since her strange threats at the shrine. Oh, God. Please don't do that. She had noticed that my expression was contrary to my words, seemingly laughing at the gap between them.
赤坂の怖がり。
And again. Please don't do that laugh, please.
怖がってなんかいないよ
Being laughed at by this small child didn't sit well with me. Well, outward appearance, yeah, she's a child. So I said that.
もう電話を探しても手遅れの時間です。
Yeah, I know.
そうだな
She didn't even have to say it. I was absolutely too late. I might have already missed calling hours even by the time I reached this phone booth. I was too late. I had no option but to give up for today. Once I decided that, my unhealthy obsession with phones suddenly faded. Even I thought that it was strange that I was so obsessed. That strange obsession now gone, I began to laugh at how hopeless I was. I mean, just look at what I was wearing. It wasn't normal. A hospital gown and sandals. My head wrapped in bandages and my body completely soaked in sweat. It was a wonder that the old lady at the tobacco shop wasn't surprised to see me. With wanting to hear Yuki's voice as my motive, I had trasped. Is that how you fucking pronounce that? Trasps? Trasps? Trasp? Trasp? Trasps around the town the entire evening. Oh my god. I butchered that word so hard. I didn't know whether to call it the follies of youth or simply plain embarrassing. In any case, it was all I could do but to laugh at myself, and my head is throbbing. My fucking god, migraines suck.
もうこれで
Oh, I need medicine.
今夜赤坂がすることは何もないです。
Yes.
そうだな。もう何もないよ。おとなしく病院へ引き上げるさ。
Sorry, it's a little bit hard to pay attention right now because my head is throbbing. Ah, fuck. Ow. Okay.
それがいいのですよ。病院への道はわかりますですか？
Yeah, I just retraced my steps.
わかるつもりだよ。
Wait, what? She waved her little hand as I began to head back the way I came. She began to follow alongside me. Looking at her face, I could see that she wore a mischievous smile, as if she was extremely interested in whether or not I would get lost.
リカちゃんの家もこっちの方向なのかい？
なのですよ。
こんな時間に一人で表を歩いてると、ご両親に怒られたりしないかい？
別に怒られませんです。今日はご両親は忙しい日なので、僕のことなど忘れていますですよ。
それでも帰った方がいい。きっと怒るよ。
それでも赤坂とおしゃべりする方が面白いのでいいのです。
She said that with a face free from worry, as she looked up at me once more and smiled. When she showed me that smile, the eerie feelings surrounding her faded. But even then, she was still as mysterious to me as ever. We arrived at the corner I had turned at earlier, but it was much darker than before, and with the point of view changed on the return trip, I wasn't very confident that this actually was the corner I turned at. There's no mistake. It had to be this corner. As I began to move my feet again, the girl grabbed onto my clothes.
赤坂は病院へ戻るのではないのですか？
I'm trying, damn it.
もちろん戻るつもりだよ。道間違えた？
A short moment of silence. Eventually, still holding onto my clothes, she began to walk. It was the beginning of the walk to the hospital this mysterious girl would take me on. Okay. Intermission. How long have I been recording for? 48 minutes. Holy crap, we're getting a lot of shit done
電話
pretty
のコー
quick.
ドを切って回ってたの。リカちゃんだろ？
I cannot sing for shit, but I am trying my best.
ダメだよ。もうさ
Sorry, that was so random.
僕には何のことかよくわかりませんのですよ。
本当にかい？
She tried to play dumb, but it was written all over her face.
ニパー。
Oh my god, with the nipa! It was obvious she was trying to laugh it off, but that adorable smile of hers just made me want to forgive her. God damn you. I'm going to be a horrible father, aren't I? Smother that little bitch! Don't do that. God damn it. That momentary lapse in tension was erased by her next words. Oh, god damn it.
孫、無事に見つかってよかったです。
Motherfucker. God damn you. Okay. How do you know that? Unable to respond right away, I sunk into silence. I had already learned this from Sato-san's info, didn't I? This girl, no, this entire village, knew everything since the moment I set foot in it. I considered playing dumb, but in the end I chose not to. With everything being known already, there was no point in me feigning ignorance.
なんとかね。
それは良かったです。これで東京に帰れますですよ。
ありがと
赤坂の怪我はひどいのですか？
う。さあ、ひどいのかどうか、医者の診察を聞いてないからわからないな。
Huh? Come to think of it, I vaguely remembered being told to lie down and take it easy for at least 24 hours. Did that mean bed rest?
怪我人は病院を抜け出してはいけないのですよ。
電話のコードだって切っちゃいけないんだぞ。
Eh,
僕には何のことやらわからないのです。
right.
じゃあこっちだって何のことかわからないや。
As we played dumb with each other, we both laughed at the same time. If somebody saw us laughing at each other like this, it would probably bring a smile to their lips.
赤坂が生きてこの村を出られる確率は決して高くありませんでした。
No, they weren't.
僕は赤坂に死んでほしくはないので、生きて村を出ることができて嬉しいです。
リカちゃん、最初っから私の正体は知ってたんだろ？
She said nothing, but gave a firm nod.
なら分かっていると思うけど、私たちはこの村のどちらかというと敵の部類に入ると思う。なのに君はいろいろと忠告してくれたね。
That's right. She said it at that time. She wouldn't warn somebody, that she was okay with dying. She definitely said something like that.
なら私は君に感謝するべきなのかもしれないね。
感謝した方がいいのですよ。僕は命の恩人なのです。
Yes, yes, my almighty savior. Saying that, she puffed up her chest proudly. She said it jokingly, but the meaning behind those words was quite heavy. That was because, whether I lived or died was a decision that might have been made in a place unbeknownst to me. She said those words with such an adorable smile that it took a few moments of silence for their weight to settle in. I'd been to this place before. The Defense Alliance's office was there. It was the stone steps leading up to the Furude Shrine. When I passed by before, I was so focused on finding a phone booth, I hadn't realized where I was.
確かこの神社がリカちゃんの家だったよね。
まあ、そんなものです。
Looking up the shrine grounds, it was brightly lit and energetic voices could be heard. Wait, what? What was going
今日
on?
はお祭りの日なのですよ。
Oh, shit. Oh, there's a festival today. Ah, well, blow me down. Hoi, hoi, hoi. What?
お祭り？
Well, blow me down. Okay.
hinamizawa村の唯一で一番のお祭り。
I can't do a good pie. I'm sorry.
綿流しのお祭りです。
And there it is.
綿流し？
Watanagashi. Cotton lifting.
祭りなんて名ばかりのつまらないものですよ。見ますですか？
She asked bluntly. But wait. Oh, because her parents are alive. That's what. Oh, okay, yeah. But seeing that I looked interested, she climbed up a couple steps and motioned for me to come. I was only going to go back and sleep anyways. If I had nothing else to do, it might not be a bad idea to go with her on a little detour. In the hostile territory that was this village, I didn't know what would happen if I ventured down a side road without Oishi-san. Even though I thought of the village like that, when I was with this girl I forgot all about it. In any case, even without anything to back it up, I felt that as long as I was with her, none of the ill will of from the village would befall me. That's why, even though I knew my cover was blown, I strangely had no qualms about setting foot into the heart of the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance's territory. Why, it's all red. Climbing up the grounds of the shrine, I could see there were about 3 pavilions. I probably butchered that word so hard. Set up, with meeting tables and folding chairs. The old folks from the village, no, the executives of the Defense Alliance, were already quite drunkenly sharing another round of drinks. Drunkenly? I could only see it as people from the village council drinking while enjoying the evening air. At the very least, it was certainly quite different than any festival I've ever seen.
ね、つまんないお祭りでしょ。
これは確かにお祭りには見えないね。
大昔からずっと続いてきたお祭りですが、見ての通り、すっかり寂れてしまったのですよ。
As if to chide the old folk, she said that while looking at them with an exasperated expression. You really couldn't call this as a festival anymore. It was just a bunch of neighbors getting together to drink under the guise of a festival.
これじゃ祀られる神様も気の毒だな。
Yeah, my neighbors have those too. They're called block parties.
こんなみっともないお祭りも5、6年もすると村中が総出でやってきて。
Wait, what? Give the sorry excuse for a festival 5 or 6 more years, then everybody in the village will start coming. Oh, she's talking about the curse. Yeah. Then everybody will start attending to it. Guys, you don't want to get cursed. Okay.
ちゃんと儀式も真面目にやる立派なお祭りになるのですよ。
Oh, god damn it. What she said was not so much wishful thinking, as it was the telling of a future that had already been determined. Your words, game, not me. If you want to give out hints, you go straight on ahead. She wasn't even predicting it. It was almost like she was simply reporting the results. That's how it sounded. Even though it was baseless speculation, the way she said it wouldn't let me interject. It was the same way she talked when she changed. While I struggled to find the words to reply to her, she wandered over to the other side of the grounds, not minding me at all. Not in a state where I could afford to be left behind, I hurriedly followed after her. Passing through a that would be weird, huh? Passing through a cusp of pine trees. A strong and cool breeze ruffled my hair. Oh yeah. There, from that one evening, was the splendid observation platform the girl had shown me. As it had grown completely dark, the modest lights littered across the nightscape were providing a different type of scenery.
こうして眺めると、この村ものどかそうに見えますのです。
Definitely. She said that with an indifferent look on her face.
君は先日、この村は絶対にダムに沈むことはないと、そう断言したね。
Sorry. If you didn't read what he said. Okay. She didn't reply, seemingly relishing in the feeling of the wind blowing through her hair.
あれは、あの時点でもう、大臣が要求に応じていたという意味だったんだね。
She spun around, her gaze meeting mine. But she said nothing. She spoke nothing that would neither confirm nor deny what I had just said.
多分、今回の事件は闇から闇へ葬られる。本庁上層部は多分 大臣のスキャンダルが公になってトラブルになることを望まないと思う。
さもないと孫を殺すぞと脅したに違いないのです。
で、大臣との交渉が成功し、孫は解放された。
孫を助けたのは赤坂ですよ。
どうだろう。発端となったあの財布の発見、あれ自体がすでにできすぎだったように思う。
Mm-hmm. It was a planned rescue, basically. Ever since the moment that wallet was discovered, I felt something was odd. Oshi said it as well, that the Sonozaki family had given the order to release the hostage, meaning that our little manhunt was a farce to begin with. Come to think of it, I was punched, kicked, and had a gun pointed at me. And you may not know it, Akasaka, but we died. That was last episode, because of that fucking choice. Anyway, I felt like they had put up quite a fight, but that might have been all part of a good performance. Once the negotiations was successful, they couldn't just say, "Here you go," and return the minister's grandson right to his doorstep. Obviously not. They knew the public safety had realized that this was a kidnapping case and were moving in on it. That's why, due to the actions of public safety, the grandson was able to be rescued safely. So the minister didn't give in to any unreasonable demands. That type of performance was necessary.
僕には難しいことはよくわかりません。
Liar.
同感だな。私にだって難しいことはよくわからない。だが、一つ確実なことがある。君が言った通りってことさ。この村はダム湖になんか沈まない。ダム計画なんてそのうちなくなってしまうってことさ。
That wasn't something an officer of the law should be saying. But I naturally let those words slip from my mouth. This village may have stirred up all sorts of trouble, but that was because they were protecting their homes. If someone just decided by themselves that I had to leave the house I was used to be living in, I would resent them as well. On top of that, it wasn't a place like mine, where I had just happened to be renting it, but a place that their families had lived for generations. It might be ignorant to call their desperate resistance an overreaction. I might not really be qualified to criticize politics or bureaucracy, but deliberately building a dam on land that was loved by its residents wasn't something I could get behind.
でも、よかったじゃないか。
Oh shit.
どうしてですか？
少なくともこれで、この村に平和が戻るよ。
Even though the minister promised to use his considerable influence to cancel the project, it would probably take more than a few months before it would completely be scrapped. At the very least, it would probably take 1 or 2 years. For the villagers to officially hear that their village wasn't going to be submerged in the bottom of the dam was still a ways away. But it was no mistake that the promise of peace returning to the village was there. It turned out from the beginning to end that it had already all been decided. Just as the girl had said, it was decided. There wasn't really a need for me to come here in the first place. There was absolutely no need for me to have come here and aggravate an unpleasant situation. If I had never come here, then the grandson's release might have been done in a more admissible manner.
平和がこの村に？
When I nodded, she laughed as if to admonish me. But her face remained indifferent, expressionless. But then her eyes narrowed slightly as she snickered.
これから毎年 血生臭いことが起きるのに。
リカちゃん、何の話だい？
As the wind blew her hair about, the girl, as if taking pleasure in that I was the only one who didn't know. The fuck? Did I read that right? As if taking pleasure in that I was the only one who didn't know. Okay, I guess I did. Continued to snicker as she looked at my face for a while.
私ね、あと何年かすると殺されるの。
Huh? Backlit by the moon, it was hard to tell if her expression that had been cast in shadow was smiling, amused, or resigned.
リカちゃんがどうして？
とても不愉快なことだけど、それも多分決まってることなの。
決まっているって、誰がそんなことを決めるんだい？
それを私も知りたいの。
Turning back to face me, she showed me a resolute expression for the first time. And after staring into my eyes for a moment, she turned back to gaze at the scenery before she spoke her next words.
ここは人の命を何とも思わない連中でいっぱいです。これを伝えても何も変わらないかもしれないけど、でも死という月を映す水面をかき消すためなら小石を投じることもあるかもしれない。
I had no idea what she was trying to say. It's just, I had to listen to every word with my body and soul. Or at least, that's what I thought.
来年の今日、そう、昭和54年の6月の今日、ダム現場の監督が殺されます。
For a moment, I couldn't comprehend what she was talking about. By the foreman, did she mean that gruff old man I played Manchong with? I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah.
殺されるって、どうして？
She didn't answer. But she had the same expression on her face as she did when she declared that the dam project would go away. That wasn't the face of somebody making a forecast or a prediction. It was something that was already decided. No, it was as if she was already reporting the results. That sort of expression.
恐ろしい殺され方をした後、体中をバラバラに引き裂かれて捨てられてしまいます。
Dismemberment.
バラバラ殺人。
その翌年の昭和55年の6月の今日。
She's giving him the full report. Oh yeah, baby.
聡子の両親が突き落とされて死にます。
Satoko? It was the first time I heard that name, but I didn't have the courage to interrupt the girl's story.
あるいは事故と言うべきかもしれない。不幸な事故。
The girl smiled faintly, but she wasn't exactly encouraging me to smile along with the lifeless look in her eyes.
そしてさらにその翌年の昭和56年の6月の今日、私の両親が殺されます。そしてさらに翌年の昭和57年の6月の今日、聡子の意地悪おばが頭を割られて死にます。そしてさらに翌年の昭和58年の6月の今日、あるいはその数日後か、私が殺されます。すべての死が予定調和なら、最後の死もまた予定のうちなのでしょうか。でもならばこれは一体誰の予定なの？
This village is full of murderers and people who have no regard for human life. It would be fine to believe that all the deaths up till 1982 would be the work of somebody in the village. It would be fine to believe that all the deaths that would occur were at the discretion of those who control the village. But that didn't explain what would happen in 1983. There was no way that the last death would fit in with anybody's plans. They had no regard for human life. They would use every means at their disposal to meet their goals. But their goals were at odds with the last death. That's why the last death was unrelated to them. But that last death would definitely, most likely, probably, without question, happen. Probably, definitely, I dare say, the last death would be a merciful one. A handkerchief or something being placed over their mouth, making them lose consciousness, never to wake up again. Exactly whose plan was that?
私は幸せに生きたい。
Past the year 1983.
望みはそれだけ。大好きな友人たちに囲まれて楽しく日々を過ごしたい。それだけなの。それ以上の何も望んでいないの。
リカちゃん。
死にたくない。
The girl, stoic as ever, let those last words slip in the end. Eventually, we were discovered by some drunks. The girl, as well as I, were dragged back to the festivities. Everybody was completely drunk, so even when they saw my head completely wrapped in bandages, they wouldn't let me leave. Well, certainly. If I was in good enough condition to slip out of the hospital, it must not be that serious. The girl was mingling with everybody, being pampered like a kitten. Her expression was adorable, nothing like the one from just before, predicting her own death and whispering that she didn't want to die. Having said that, having a silly and lively conversation like this, it was hard to believe that these people were the core of an extremist resistance group. Even if it was a shell of its former self, it was a festival where people in the village gathered as the 20-some-odd folk. Here should have included some of the village executives and some other important members. Among those, there was no doubt that there were members that were at the Sonozaki Family Council in attendance, meaning even if we were never met face to face before, there were people who knew my identity. In a small village like this, they knew the faces of all the villagers that lived here. That's why, without even saying anything, it soon became obvious that I was an outsider. But they actually seemed interested by that, asking me all sorts of questions about Tokyo, drinking while musing on the faint relationship the city had with the villagers and emphasizing with a rather meager environment. The confidential talks with the minister were finished. His grandson was in police custody. Everything was over. I might not have to be put in another perilous situation. To me, they were only my adversaries because of my job. Did I just see something? What the fuck? That was weird. Anyway, sorry. Outside of that, there was no reason I couldn't be friendly with them. The next time I visited this village, would it return to being a tranquil and beautiful place? If that happened, I might be able to take a relaxed walk around the village with her again. My cup was once again filled to the brim with beer. Hell yeah. By the time I was able to get away, it was the middle of the night. The girl had at some point disappeared. It seems that her parents had told her to go home and sleep when she let out a large yawn. The old folks, who had absolutely no remorse for making an injured person hang out with them, told me as much as they laughed. I was just there drinking, so I had no thought to help a bit with cleanup. However, my help was refused on the grounds that I was a guest. On top of that, they had a car prepared to take me back to the hospital. Losing the battle against my sleepiness inside the car, I was sound asleep until we reached the parking lot of the hospital. The front door of the hospital was naturally locked at this hour. I wandered around bewilderedly, searching for a back entrance until somebody on night duty found out and let me inside. Yay! Yeah, well, oh well.
ご迷惑をおかけしました。神社でお祭りの人たちに引き止められまして。
ああ、そういえば今日は神社で町会の人たちが集まって飲むとか言ってたな。それはご愁傷様でした。傷は大丈夫ですか？
ちょっとズキズキしますね。多分アルコールのせいだと思います。
そうだ。お連れの刑事さんが連絡が欲しいと言ってましたよ。
いけない。大石さんを待たせてたんだった。
I glanced at the clock. No matter how you looked at it, it was way too late to call him now. I'll apologize to him tomorrow over the phone. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, this is a new... where are we? This is a new sprite. This wasn't the same room as earlier. What the fuck? I returned back to the hospital room and slipped into the bed that was still unmade from the time I went outside. Oh, that's not good. I have to turn off the lights. But my weariness had cut the cord powering my body, lulling me into a deep sleep. Sleep, you bitch. Sleep. That's right, give me those black bars. Aw, yeah, you give me that Higurashi when they cry. Yeah, baby. What? Oh, fuck. I need help. In Mother's Diary 1, 2, and 3. Hey! What's up? What? Alright, how long have I been recording? Alright, an hour and 17. I did an extremely long one last time, so I think I'll make this one rather, not short per se, but reasonably long or short. I don't know what the just shut up, Sinikle. Just shut up. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here for now. It was pretty good. I like that. And I hope you all enjoyed it as well. And if you did, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there will be more Higurashi soon, as well as some streams, so please look forward to that. And I'll see you all next time. Now until then, please, stay tuned and stay sinful, everybody.